1 in 10 adults worldwide live with some degree of kidney dysfunction, and the foods you choose can ease or worsen the burden on your kidneys. If you have kidney problems or care for someone who does, this video is for you and will give practical, evidence-based choices. Kidney Health Hub shares concise guidance informed by clinical nutrition and nephrology. In the next minutes, you will learn 7 essential foods that tend to be kidney-friendly, why they help, portion targets in mg, and simple ways to add them to your meals. If this is useful, like the video and subscribe for more practical tips. Kidney Health Hub is produced with input from registered clinicians and reviewed recommendations. We collaborate with nutritionists and nephrologists to translate numbers into daily practice. Today, we draw on guidance from a registered nutritionist, Maria Costa, nephrologist Dr. David Lee, a 2021 study at Johns Hopkins University, and materials from the American Society of Nephrology. You will hear clear action points, suggested portions in mg, and easy preparations you can try immediately. Rinsing blood and keeping fluid and electrolytes balanced are core jobs of the kidneys. They filter wastes such as excess sodium, potassium, and phosphate and return useful nutrients to the body. When filtration falls, the body retains these minerals, which can cause swelling, irregular heartbeat, and bone problems. Chronic kidney disease affects about 10% of adults and often coexists with high blood pressure and diabetes, so diet becomes a frontline tool to reduce toxin buildup. A simple analogy from Dr. David Lee is helpful. Think of your kidneys as a sieve that is getting finer with time, so you need to reduce how much particulate you pour through. A 2021 study from Johns Hopkins University showed that modest reductions in sodium and better phosphorus awareness relate to slower progression in some patients. Nutritionist Maria Costa explains that small, consistent swaps matter more than sudden restrictions, and that lab tests guide personalization. We know adapting the diet is hard. We hear that from patients like Anna and clinicians every week. Anna says to her nutritionist Maria Costa, "I miss flavored meals." Maria replies, "Try swapping one ingredient at a time and use herbs and acid for taste." Anna answers, "That sounds doable." Maria replies, "Start with one swap this week and journal how you feel." If you were adjusting salt or phosphorus, let us know in the comments which was harder for you by writing sodium or phosphorus and a short example. Your comment helps others and guides future videos. We know each case is unique and your experience matters. Sharing helps build practical tips that reflect real life and gives us ideas for recipes and label reading segments. Now that we understand why diet matters and you have a prompt to join the community, let us explain the concept of a kidney-focused diet. A kidney-focused diet aims to reduce excess sodium, control potassium, and limit phosphate while ensuring adequate protein quality for healing and muscle maintenance. Clinically, this often means targeting total sodium around 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams per day, depending on blood pressure, monitoring potassium per serving, and keeping daily phosphorus lower by avoiding high phosphate additives. Protein needs vary by stage. For example, some patients are advised 0.6 to 0.8 grams per kilogram body weight per day, while those on dialysis need higher amounts. These adjustments are individualized by your nephrologist and nutritionist after blood tests. The goal is to lower the load on filtration while preventing malnutrition. You will hear named professionals like Dr. David Lee or your local registered dietitian set targets for you. The American Society of Nephrology and Kidney Care Foundation offer printable guides and label checking tips that clinicians often recommend. Why limit sodium and potassium specifically? Sodium attracts fluid and raises blood pressure, which increases pressure inside the kidneys and causes swelling. The practical target often used is 1,500 milligrams sodium per day for those with hypertension linked to kidney disease and up to 2,000 milligrams per day in some other cases. Potassium imbalance can cause dangerous heart rhythm changes. Safe potassium per serving is commonly 200 to 300 milligrams for people on a restricted plan, but your lab values dictate exact limits. Foods with phosphate additives can deliver large hidden phosphate loads that raise serum phosphate quickly. Look for labels with phosphate, phosphoric acid, or ingredients listed as E numbers if relevant. Nutritionist Maria Costa and a registered dietitian at Stanford Health share label reading workshops and recommend choosing whole foods without phosphate additives whenever possible. Now for 7 essential foods that are often useful in kidney-conscious diets. For each item, we include typical portion guidance, why it is chosen, sensory cues, and 2 practical preparations. 1. White rice. Portion about 1 cup cooked, roughly 150 grams. White rice is lower in potassium and phosphorus than many whole grains, which can make it a reliable base. Visually, it looks glossy and neutral, and the aroma is lightly toasted when warm. Texture is soft and comforting, which pairs well with lean protein. Try a simple rice bowl with steamed green beans and a drizzle of lemon-infused olive oil, or make a gentle rice porridge with low-sodium broth and a sprinkle of chives. These preparations are mild in smell and have a silky mouthfeel that soothes digestion. A chef at Nature Health Foods suggests rinsing rice twice to reduce surface starch and serve with herbs rather than salt. 2. Apples. 1 medium apple, around 150 grams, about 150 milligrams potassium. Apples are lower in potassium compared to many fruits and are rich in fiber and vitamin C. The skin gives a crisp snap and a fresh, sweet tang, while the flesh is juicy and slightly grainy. Eat sliced with a small spoon of unsalted nut butter, or bake apple wedges with cinnamon and a squeeze of lemon for a warm, fragrant dessert. The baking releases a warm apple perfume. The texture becomes soft and tender. A patient education leaflet from Kidney Care Foundation lists apple as a handy snack for people managing potassium. 3. Egg whites. 1 large egg white, about 3 grams protein and almost no phosphorus compared to whole egg yolk. Egg whites provide high-quality protein without the phosphorus load in yolks and have a clean, light scent when cooked. They set into a glossy, firm texture when gently scrambled, or make a cloud-like egg white omelet with chives and sautéed low-sodium mushrooms. Try an egg white frittata in a shallow oven dish, or microwave a single egg white with diced peppers for a quick meal. Dr. David Lee notes that protein quality matters, and egg whites are often recommended under professional guidance. 4. Cauliflower. 1 cup cooked, around 120 grams, about 180 milligrams potassium, but lower when boiled briefly. Cauliflower has a mild cabbage-like aroma and a firm yet tender texture when roasted. Mash it to create a creamy puree with a hint of butter-free oil substitute, or roast florets with garlic powder and paprika for a golden, crunchy exterior. A roasted preparation gives a nutty scent and crisp edges, while the puree offers a velvety, soft mouthfeel. A 2019 clinical bulletin from the University Hospital Nutrition Team suggests cauliflower as a versatile, low-potassium vegetable when prepared correctly. 5. Blueberries. Half cup, about 74 grams, low potassium and high in antioxidants. Blueberries burst with a bright, sweet tart juice and have a soft, popping texture that adds freshness to cereal or yogurt. Try them in a cold compote with a splash of lemon, or fold into a low-phosphorus muffin recipe made with white flour and egg whites. The compote releases a sweet berry perfume, and the muffin gives a tender crumb. Nutritionist Maria Costa recommends measuring portions to keep potassium within targets. 6. Cucumber. Peeled, half a cup, about 50 grams, minimal potassium and very hydrating. Cucumber slices have a clean, cool scent and a crisp, watery crunch that refreshes the palate. Make a cucumber salad with dill and a splash of vinegar, or blend into a chilled, cold soup with plain yogurt and mint. The salad offers bright herbal aroma, and the soup a smooth, cooling texture. An NGO like Kidney Care Foundation often features cucumber in summer recipe packs. 7. White fish such as cod or haddock. 3 ounces cooked, roughly 85 grams, provides high-quality lean protein with lower phosphorus than some other animal sources per serving. The flesh flakes gently and has a mild sea scent that is not overpowering. Pan poach with lemon and herbs for a tender, flaky result, or steam with ginger and scallions for a delicate steamed dish with soft, succulent texture. Dr. David Lee and the dietitian team at Johns Hopkins recommend white fish as a sensible protein choice when phosphorus limits are needed, but always confirm portion with your nutritionist. Practical tips to put this into routine include checking labels. For sodium and phosphate additives, aiming for total sodium close to 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams per day unless your doctor sets a different target. and measuring portions to control potassium and phosphorus intake. When an item is higher in a restricted mineral, try a swap as shown are examples. Manufacturer labels, such as Nature Health Foods, list phosphate sources clearly and can help you choose additive-free versions. The American Society of Nephrology and a 2022 patient guide from the Kidney Care Foundation provide printable shopping lists that many clinics use. Quick reminders before we close. Always review changes with your nephrologist or registered dietitian because numbers like protein grams and daily sodium targets need individualization. If you are on dialysis, protein goals are different, so consult your care team. If this video helped, subscribe for weekly practical guidance that translates studies into kitchen-friendly steps. Tell us in the comments which was hardest for you, sodium or phosphorus, and share one example so we can address it in future videos. Which of the 7 foods will you try this week? Small, consistent swaps protect kidney function over time. Talk with your clinician and start with one change this week. Small choices today protect your kidneys tomorrow.